Hi, I'm Marvin Plackett, and today is Wednesday, July 1st. Wow, how did July arrive so quickly? Greetings to all residents, to all staff, and to all guests. We have no changes with our active COVID-19 status at this time. That means that we have 4 active cases. One is a resident, and that resident remains in the hospital. And then the 3 staff, they of course are in quarantine at home. So that means that Episcopal homes, in terms of our physical buildings, our facilities, we have no active cases at this time. And we of course feel very good about that, having the 4 active cases, while we feel deeply for those 4, and we're certainly hoping and praying for their full recovery soon. But I also want to put this in context. Pat Brentison at Iris Park Commons, thank you very much for encouraging me to do this. And she said, give the full numbers too, so that you get a sense for the percent. So we have 4 active cases. And at any one time, like today, under the umbrella of our 10 communities at Episcopal homes, there are approximately 850 residents. And in terms of staff, again, under the umbrella of all of our 10 communities, we have approximately 500 staff. And so as a percent, that is 0.3%, or 0.003. So we feel very good about those numbers, especially if you compare it to a number of organizations in the metro area. So we're definitely doing a number of things right, and we're going to be talking about some of those in just a moment. A second round of testing is being completed today at the gardens. That occurred yesterday. Between yesterday and today, all residents and all staff are being tested at the gardens, and those results we should see by the end of Friday or some into the weekend. And of course on Monday I will be giving you that update. Dr. Anthony Fauci, you've heard him on television, you've read about him in the news many times. Dr. Anthony Fauci, his title precisely is he's a physician and an immunologist who has served as the director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases since 1984. So he served obviously multiple administrations in the White House. And as you know, over the last couple of days in particular, Dr. Fauci has been on the news a lot, saying that he is deeply concerned about where we are at as a nation in terms of our COVID-19 status. Roughly 40,000 new cases being reported each day over the last several days. And he's saying that if we don't get on top of this soon, if we don't reverse this curve soon, we could be seeing up to, or who knows, even more, but he said we could be seeing 100,000 cases a day, new cases reported a day in the United States. So we're not in a good spot. And of course, we know that the hottest spots are in the south and in the west, Florida, Arizona, Texas, California. So those are the hottest spots, but none of us can assume that we are immune to what we're seeing there in those hot spots, because after all, people travel to Minnesota from even those states. And so we have, here at Episcopal Homes, we must be vigilant with the things that we know to do. And again, that list of things to do is, if you feel any symptoms, self-isolate, let us know, and get tested. Contact your healthcare provider and get tested. Obviously, the social distancing, staying at least 6 feet apart, wearing masks at all times, washing your hands frequently, staying away from crowds, staying only in small gatherings if you are going to go out. These things are vital, especially with the July 4th Independence Day weekend here, coming up here in just a couple of days. These features are not just vital here on our campus. They're vital wherever we work, live, worship, shop, wherever we play, etc. These things are vital, these same principles. The virus doesn't care where we're at. The virus doesn't care what political organization we're affiliated with. The virus doesn't care if we're young or old. The virus doesn't care, etc., 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 what gender we are. The virus is going to spread wherever it's possible to spread. And so we must remain vigilant at all times. We certainly here in Minnesota, and we here at Episcopal Homes, we don't want to see the kind of flare-ups that are happening in some of those other states. But that's only going to happen by each one of us doing our part with vigilance. Parking challenges. Some of you have reported the parking challenges that some of your guests, friends, etc. are experiencing. We are going to be effective today. I'm getting a notice out to all staff. In our main parking lot, we're going to be designating a number of spots that are for guests only, and no staff are allowed to park there. So we should be freeing up parking effective at this time, or effective tomorrow. And we'll see how that goes, and we're going to keep freeing up more and more parking for our guests as necessary. And the staff, of course, talking to you staff now, we have Lot B, and then we have street parking. Want to wrap up with a poem from Kelly Reynolds. Kelly Reynolds lives at Iris Park Commons, a resident. Kelly, thank you for this poem. This poem written by Kelly back in 2015, so 5 years ago. The title of it is Being. Who would I be if my mother didn't tell me, you are you? I just couldn't conceive if I were to believe this wasn't true. She was not trying to deceive, she wanted to relieve the doubt that held me. I was attached to wanting control in order to be certain, so I held on tight with all of my might to a self that was only a wispy curtain, dimming the light of the oneness of we. Breath by breath, I am coming to know I can let go, let it come, let it flow. Realization of interbeing, connectedness shown. The river is guided to the sea. I rest in the now, a human I be, walking, standing, sitting, lying down. Feelings, thoughts, come and they go. I am free, I am free, I am free. Beyond heaven and earth, beyond death and birth, right now in this room, the truth is of worth. Accepting as the way unfolds, nowhere to go, nothing to do, just this, being. Thank you, Kelly. We appreciate that a great deal. And to everyone, if you have a poem that you would like me to read at one of my live updates, please send it to me, email me, mplackett@episcopalhomes.org. I would love to share it with everyone. All right, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 1:30. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.